to see what I put together for my senior capstone. It is a historical fiction that I wrote during the Colby Fellowship over the summer. A trigger warning that I'd like to give you is that there will be the use of prop guns, and there is the sound of a gunshot at the end of the show, so just prepare for that. But I'm very excited. The cast worked so hard to put this all together, so I'm really excited. And the show will start as soon as I get back to the booth.
I hope you know we're never coming back here.
I figured you would say that.
Is it not true?
Yes, but I just remember being here as a kid, when everything was simple. The people freely walked the streets without fear, the children laughing all the time. My father wasn't president. We were just normal people. He was a hero, a doctor who saved lives, healing the sick. I remember when I was 10, he took me to the beach. Just us. He said, "Cesses, soon we will be across the water. We will be farther than the horizon. Haiti will be behind us, but never leave us. And one day, we will come back, with that land behind us, but in a new Haiti. One where you can raise a family in a palace instead of a hut." If it weren't for him, we would have never made it to America. I would have never met you.
It's a nice story, but what's happened? Power went to his head.
I don't know about that.
Ray, what's wrong?
No! What's wrong?
Sherry, what is the matter?
They killed him. They killed my son!
This was Haiti in 1957. A man was elected by the name of Papa Doc. He was a doctor who healed all the sick, providing aid to those who suffered with typhus and malaria. Everyone loved him. He chose me to be the leader of the Tonton Muku, his secret militia. My mother and father were journalists who were constantly reporting on the politics in Haiti. In 1958, Papa Doc had them killed for voting for his opponent, Mirielle. I was the one who carried out this order as initiation. I became the ruthless boogeyman. That everyone feared to speak to. See? But I am no longer that person. I wanted one day to be better, to be a person that people can look to for peace, for guidance in a new day. But the only way to do that is to
Look,
an American.
But it's off the action Melissa.
A black woman, a white man.
Of course. The woman
Maybe
asked me after that he was my son.
Could.
And then she had to make one of these questions.
My flight was weird. When I said I was coming to Haiti, everybody thought I was coming for missionary work, and when I said I had family here, everyone looked at me funny.
Hello, Miss Duvalier.
Okay. Yes, me.
Oh, vous parlez créole? What about your husband?
No, I'm right.
Oh, okay. Can we help you with your bags?
No. My father is trying to get something. Thank you.
Oh, the president had some business to take care of. He sent me instead. I'm his commander. We can help you with your bags.
Michael Jameson, nice to meet you, and this is my wife, Mrs. Jameson.
Nice to meet you. This way. I always knew that the president had family in America, but I never thought it would be another daughter. I always thought I was picking up a cousin or an aunt. And not only that, this must be his favorite daughter based on how highly he spoke of her. He doesn't mention Jean-Claude or his other children in this way. And married to an American man. I wonder what this could mean for me. surely the baby would be the best play.
My daughter has returned to the castle. Michael?
Where's Mom?
Oh, she's out in the garden. You know that's her new hobby now.
Oh, I'll go join her.
No, leave her. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. She can join us later at dinner. Michael, you can follow my soldier here to your room.
Why did you send her to me? What did you want to talk to me about?
I'm so glad that you've come. But I recently had a coup against
The coup? How's that possible? You were elected.
Yes, but you know the history of this country. The presidents of Haiti are not always loved like the presidents of America.
So, what does that mean for you?
It means that I would prefer you to stay here where you're safe, Sasha.
But, Papa, you know you were only supposed to stay here a week.
I know, but I can't have you flying back and forth until I know it is safe. I don't know how far their arms reach.
Okay, you're lucky Michael and I are teachers and we have the summers off. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so easy to work for this long.
Honestly, Sasha, I don't even know why you married that boy.
You gave him her permission to marry me.
Yes, because I could tell that you loved him. But what about us? You grew up around Haitian men. Your uncles, your cousins, your friends. What is about this white American that interests you?
Would you have preferred I married someone like you?
What's wrong with someone like me?
Papa, you know I'm too independent for a Haitian man.
Yes, I can see that. I raised you to be that way. But hey, at least you didn't take a Dominican.
But, okay, so what about the coup? What are you going to do?
Right. I've assembled the private sector of the military. They're going to be protecting me and this household.
So that's it? Just some bodyguards?
They do a little more than that.
So, wait a second. I heard some things when I was in America.
Oh, you've heard of the coup?
Yes, Papa. They've been killing people left and right. I read in the paper about a journalist couple that was killed just for saying some bad things about you. But I thought it was more of a patriotic act of violence, not that those men were following your orders.
Just don't raise your voice at me. And I was your
Yes,
age, okay?
when you were my age, but you know that is wild.
Listen, anything is necessary to protect my family.
Fine, but I will not stay here and accept this kind of violence. You've lived in America before. You know what kind of violence white people have done against black people. And now you're promoting violence against your own people?
But you married a white man.
But that has nothing to do with the point is...
The point is that you will stay here until it's safe for you to go. That's it. Any news?
Nothing new. I just wanted to report to you that the media has been regulated in our favor.
Excellent. Thank you for picking up my daughter and grandson from the airport. Do you have any trouble escorting them here?
No, sir.
Good. You need to keep everyone protected.
Of course.
And I can tell you with loyalty. Sometimes I wish my daughter had fancied you instead.
Sir, I only do this to serve my country.
Right.
Well, that'll be all. Did you want me to bring the guards in?
Yes, immediately. And remember, keep it between the Maku. There are traitors everywhere.
Understood.
Michael, that's a style of Manman.
What?
Brunache.
Wait, huh?
Cherie, please don't say that. Michael, please pass the pen to my father.
Bon, qui j'ai un petit ménanier?
Oh, Christoph. Yeah, he's fine. He's taking the Haiti quite well, actually.
C'est en anglais, vous parlez avec lui, bien créole.
In English, Papa.
Pour qui ça? Lui obligé à apprendre la langue pays, pas vrai? Sinon, qui j'en lui fallait à grand-parent dire?
Wait, I'm not quite following the discussion here.
Even so,
I
À cause de pas comprendre.
Sebastian, please.
Oh.
What's he saying?
You marié depuis combien? T'en es pas jamais apprendre langue meilleure avec un haïtien.
It was my decision not to teach this stuff Creole, okay?
But why?
Because I didn't even know if I was ever going to bring him here. I didn't know what I was bringing my son into.
Wait, what do you mean?
Michael, there's been
Don't you dare spill my
there's
business.
been a coup against my father.
What? Jesus Christ.
Her people trying to kill you. You bring my wife and my child here?
Don't you dare speak to me.
No, I can
asshole.
speak to you however I want. You're not the president of my country.
Michael, stop.
No,
Stop.
this is ridiculous. What kind of a family is this?
I am not going to sit through this. I'm not risking my high blood pressure for this conversation.
Did you know about this before we
No, I didn't.
That's it. We're leaving tonight.
No such
And
thing.
you will not tell me how to protect my family.
You may leave, but my daughter and grandson will stay.
No one is leaving.
You're right.
Let's just
We will discuss this tomorrow, assuming they'll even have one, okay? Sebastian.
I'm sorry, Peppa, but you were out blind too. Peppa? Daddy? Someone get help, please! How is he?
Le papi mom, they are qui pare.
Can I see him? Daddy, how are you?
Not so well, Sasha.
I was so worried about you.
Hey, shh. It's all right.
So, what does this mean for the presidency?
I already have that figured out, sure. Come in.
Mr. President, I pray God is healing.
Yes, slowly.
Well, you wanted to see me, sir?
Yes, have you met my daughter?
Yes, at the airport.
Hello again. I'm sorry, I never got your name.
Sasha, this is my commander-in-chief.
Of the military, right?
No, I need the private security visa.
Oh.
Well, it's safe to say that you're secure, sir. No one has learned of your condition, and it wasn't poison of any kind.
It's just a heart attack.
Well, I wouldn't say just a heart attack.
Anyways, the real reason I've called you in here is because I'd like you to lead on my behalf while I'm ill.
Sir?
Yes, I know it's a lot, but I need you to take over and lead until I'm fully recovered. I can't do this otherwise.
What about your cabinet or your children?
Jean-Claude is too young, and I don't trust anyone with you with this sort of task.
I understand. What's the first thing you need me to do?
First thing to discuss.
Is he gonna be okay?
He's fine. Still dating as usual.
He's gonna be okay.
What? Now you care? So sad,
You know, I didn't mean to.
Didn't mean to what? Yell at my father? Insult my country?
I didn't say anything.
Michael, it wasn't an easy decision for me to come back. You think I would have wanted to
Right.
come back?
I
Remember
know.
Stop here?
I know you wouldn't. I understand that. Can we just
Just leave me be for now.
right? Can you just listen to me?
No.
Can I just explain what happened?
Where are the documents?
Here, sir.
Thank you. You know, this is harder than I thought.
Running a country is never easy.
I know, but I want to be better. I want to reverse all the damage that the other presidents have done.
What do you mean?
For example, why is it that every president so far has had a coup run against them?
Well,
And the money. How is it that we are the first country to free ourselves from our slave masters, yet we are one of the poorest countries? Forgive me for saying this, but I feel like there's something very wrong going on here. We've paid off our debts to France, so where is the rest of the money going?
sir,
I would...
I would stop talking if I were you.
Oh, Ms. Duvalier,
Yes? My father wants you.
what is it?
He just wants an update.
Oh, I see. How's your boy?
He's fine. He has yet to leave the compound.
That's not the safest thing to do.
I know. The Haiti I remember is no longer the Haiti we existed. My father used to take us here on trips back when we lived in the U.S. Everyone was so happy. The country was still poor, but I never thought about that.
Imagine being president.
Why do people want to kill my father?
You mean besides the coup?
No, I mean, what happened with the coup?
3 exiled army officers teamed up with some American men to try and overthrow your father. Military coups are common in this country. You should know it.
I know, but he was elected. The majority voted for him.
You don't know.
So you think?
I don't think anything.
Then what are you insinuating? That my father is this big intimidating man who doesn't care for his people?
Do you know what I do for a living?
You're a bodyguard? And you kill people for my father. Why do you do it then? Do you find pleasure in it?
I would be pretty sick to find pleasure in killing one, wouldn't I?
But you're not in the military. You're in his private security visa. You could have chosen not to.
Not in this country.
So, what is that supposed to do?
You ask a lot of questions, don't you?
Just like my father.
And just like my father, I don't worship your father.
Why would you say that?
Why don't you find out, TV? I'm doing this for you, Papa.
All right, I'm about to book the tickets. When can you start packing?
What do you mean?
All right, we're leaving. No, we're not. Listen, it is my job as your husband to protect you and our family.
But my father just had a heart attack.
I know, and I'm sorry, but we have to leave.
You think it's that easy? Michael, it is safe for us
But
to
it's
leave
worse
right
to
now.
say. It's worse to say. There are people who literally want to kill your father. You don't think he'd want to get his daughter or his grandson?
I don't doubt that, but that is why we have guards.
Mirielle, what are these small Haitian volunteers going to do against people with weapons and training?
You don't know.
Okay, you know what? You can do whatever you want, but I'm taking our son
No,
with me.
you are not.
Mirielle, I am not staying in this shithole
You
country
will
any
not
longer.
say that about my country. Take it back.
No.
Take it back.
No!
Excuse me. Your father is calling.
I'll be there in a second.
Yeah. So you better say your goodbyes.
I don't think it was a good idea to leave the commander in charge.
Why?
A soldier came by and told me some of the things he's been saying, questioning my compassion for the country, accusing me of voter fraud and voter intimidation. I can't have this so high up in my cabinet.
But why would he do that? He has treated Michael and I very well since we've been here.
You don't know him that well.
Freedom of speech is a human right from them.
Oh, so he's been telling you things too.
Nothing I haven't heard in the U.S.
I can't accept this. Claude!
Sir.
Have the commander put in prison. Now.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
He's too ambitious. I think he's trying to overthrow me. He's asking too many questions, wondering where the money's going, and trying to fix the country. Next thing you know, he's going to have us working with the Americans. I cannot have that.
You're not thinking clearly. This is not you.
Go back to your room.
What are you doing? Sir! Tell him to let me go. This is a mistake. Sebastian! My foot in!
All right, now that that threat's resolved, even though it took a few days, we can go now.
Who says the threat is resolved? That was just one of many. Who knows where there are others?
Sebastian!
In my home, you call me Mr.
All right,
President.
Moray's father, it's time for my family and I to go.
You're the chief of your household. This makes sense.
Yeah, I know that Moray wouldn't want to do so without your blessing.
Because my daughter loves me.
So,
Why don't you join us for one last dinner?
I booked the tickets for this afternoon.
You can't change them?
No.
Well, I'm the president. I'm sure I can change them for you. Who would I have to call?
Mr. President, I would prefer if you didn't do that.
And I would prefer that you stay, but we can't always get what we want.
I am leaving this afternoon.
When I became president of this country, I wanted to build a foundation for my children to follow.
And?
I wasn't expecting Mirielle to want to stay in the U.S.
She found me.
Yes, she did.
And she loves me.
Yes, she does.
So let her go.
But she is my daughter, and as long as I'm alive, I have jurisdiction over her safety. The Bible says...
Okay, the Bible. You want to talk about the Bible? Now, that same Bible, it says, when a husband and a wife get married, the husband takes his wife, and they go and start a new life with their family in their house. And the Bible says all these other things
Oh, so
about
now
husbands.
you're the man, huh? You're the man now? Do you know what you put my daughter through? In your country, a black person can be killed just for looking
Right,
at a
but
white
I
person.
am the one who knows how to keep her safe. Okay, we've developed a system.
Tell me more about this supposed system.
All right? When we walk down the street, I stay on the other side of the street, so there's no suspicion that we're together. Yeah, we come home at different times, and if anyone asks, I say she's the nanny. Even at school, we don't have the same last name.
Michael, you want to bring her back to that kind of society? That is no way for a husband and wife to
But
live.
it's the life that we chose, and we're in love, and nothing can get in our way, Sebastian. So just trust me when I tell you that I have got her.
All right. I can let you both go. Under one condition. You must come back in 3 years.
What's happening in 3 years?
I'll be running for re-election.
Sebastian.
And I'd like my daughter and grandson present. Do we have a deal?
Yeah, I can make that deal.
Then everything is good here. And do me a favor and learn some Creole by the next time you come back.
Probably something about how he regrets that I couldn't be there for the inauguration. He's always trying to make me feel guilty.
Yeah, well, my mother's sick and we had to be here for her.
Your mother hates me.
Makes you say that.
I see the way she looks at me. It's as if she was saying, "You black harlot stole my son away."
My mother would never say that.
She wouldn't dare, especially to me.
Well, it was nice to get to see her a little bit, and it does look like she was getting a little better.
Yes, well, as much as I don't like her potato salad, I can say she does make me laugh sometimes.
And you know what? It's important to me. The two most important women in my life get along. You wanna get it?
Latin America has witnessed many fraudulent elections throughout its history, but none has been more outrageous than the one which has just taken place in Haiti.
What did they mean? It was a unanimous decision.
I accept the people's will. As a revolutionary, I have no right to disregard the will of the people. Now I will celebrate with my family as I further plan for the well-being of this country.
You know, there's got to be some voter fraud or something happening there. I mean, not a single person voted against him. That would never happen here.
Well, they're not the U.S.
Well, you want to start packing?
Oh,
Yeah, I said after the last time we were there that we'd come back after the election.
You have? So you're willingly deciding to go back?
Well, it was the only way to get for your father to agree for us to leave. So.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, your Creole has improved tremendously.
No reason.
Écoutez les besoins d'inspiration.
Et on tes oiseaux taking with some.
Eh bien, à 10 oiseaux à pied ou raison à apprendre prononcer au quotidien.
Yeah, you're right. My pronunciation does need work, but I'm getting there.
Okay, I'm going to go check on Christophe. You start packing.
What's going on?
I don't know. Everything's different, so quiet.
Car? Okay.
For 3 years, I was held prisoner by the man I had been loyal to. My charges? Being too damn ambitious. Well, I'll show him real ambition.
Come on, let's go. We're running out of time. They're coming, come on. Let's go.
Where are you?
I'm here, Sasha. What's wrong?
My baby.
We're ambushed at the airport, Christophe.
My baby.
No, not my grandson.
So what are you going to do?
All right, they're gonna want to find.
Okay, whatever it is,
Ransom.
you will pay it. You will pay that ransom.
Can't pay that. I'd rather die than submit to some thug.
My son was kidnapped.
Then where were you? Why did you protect
Listen,
me?
Sebastian, you are the one who told me to come here.
Yes, I was before, not after.
Okay, and still we came, and now my son is missing.
I'll see what I can do.
Papa, my only child.
Good morning, citizens of Haiti. I am your elected president, Sebastian Duvalier. I am broadcasting to tell you all that I am naming myself president for life. No more elections, no more democracy. I will be the president of Haiti until I die very far from now. And to those of you who threaten my family's safety, watch out.
You really think this is going to work?
This is how these things go. They put a price out, you wire them the money, and then they return the merchandise.
Don't you dare refer to my son as merchandise.
My apologies.
You know, I heard that, right?
Oh, so now you decide to run down.
Okay, Sebastian, this isn't the time.
Alors oui, oui seulement. Combien? Oh, no merci.
Well,
They want me to step down.
Sebastian, you said no, thank you.
Of course I did. I'd rather die than submit to thugs. I told you.
What about this that you're not understanding? My son was kidnapped.
Yes, I get that. And I figured out why. A few months before you came, I had the commander released from prison. I knew he'd be angry with me. Maybe he'd even try to pull off a coup. I didn't think he'd be this stupid.
So you think he did all of this for revenge?
Yes, for revenge. He knows that taking you is pointless. I have no attachment to you. And taking Mirielle, that's a domestic issue alone. But Christophe, not only is he my bloodline, but he's also an American citizen. And the commander knows that the embassy will get involved if they knew an American.
So that is exactly what
No,
we're going to call the U.S. Embassy.
no. And risk my country? I'm sorry, have you forgotten your privilege? How could you? You're white.
Okay, Sebastian, what could you mean by that?
What I mean is that the Americans will bring their tanks and their guns and their detectives and they can ravage our
Oh, like it isn't already a mess?
What was that? You know what? Here's a history lesson for you, white boy. What did you notice was different about Haiti in the DR when you flew in?
Oh, yeah, it's green over there.
The French colonized Haiti. They use and abuse this land until only the resorts
Yeah,
are
Sebastian,
solid.
I know. You've told this story before. I know.
And what do you think, too, about Americans preferring to vacation and tour in the DR as opposed to here?
I'll tell you why they prefer to vacation in the DR. Because it's safer over there. Here, everyone's out for themselves.
We need first to liberate ourselves from our slave masters.
Sebastian, I wasn't there. I didn't do any of that. That is not my fault.
We liberated ourselves, and in turn the Americans feared their own slaves would revolt. They made an example out of us. We freed ourselves, and then had to pay the French.
Sebastian, I wasn't there. That's not my fault. I don't understand why we're having this conversation again.
Where do you think all that sugar from these plantations went? Who do you think was using it, Michael? We know what you are capable of. We know the Americans to be just as dangerous as the French. They are a dangerous force, and I would rather not reckon with them.
Sebastian, that's the thing. Not everything is about you.
Come in.
Sir, there's a letter here.
All right. Is it for me?
No, it's actually addressed to a Michael Jameson.
Me?
Well, all right. Come on, take the letter.
We wish that we could bring you better news on your recent trip to Haiti, but we regret to inform you.
Regret to inform you what? The Glock. Hey. Hey. Hey, what's wrong? Son, what's the matter? We regret to inform you that our mother has passed while you were away in Haiti. She had all of us there in her last moments, but she had wished you had been there as well.
And I'm the one who couldn't be there for her.
Son, I'm so sorry. Was she ill?
She had cancer. I just need space.
Right. Of course.
Shadi,
Yes.
how are you?
Ben, thank you for asking. Is there something you want to talk to me about?
No, not yet. I just wanted to sit here with you.
Oh. All right. You're killing me here.
You know, when I had Claude, I wanted him to be just like his father.
Oh, really?
Yes, strong, handsome, kind,
Tell me more.
but also empathetic.
And that's where you lost me. You cannot be strong and empathetic. Empathy is a weakness.
Is it weak to show mercy? Then why did you arrest the commander? Why didn't you have him killed on the spot? Were you being weak?
No, I wasn't being weak. I just didn't want to kill him. I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know.
Listen, our daughter has just lost her son.
Not yet.
Exactly, so you know what you need to do.
Is it really worth giving up on everything?
Family is more important.
Than everything I've worked for up to this moment? My dream?
Blood is thicker than paper.
Blood is thicker than paper.
Go talk to your daughter. Make things right.
I'll try.
Now that we have given you a chance to think, we will give you one more opportunity to get your grandson back in exchange for the presidency.
But why should I give up my throne to the likes of you?
Because of this.
You're insane!
No, I'm just a patriot who's willing to do anything for his country.
I will not give up on my dream. Goodbye.
back here was going to do harm.
I'm sorry, Sasha. But I'm here to tell you that I have it under control.
How?
I figured out who's responsible. Shortly before you had left, I had I imprisoned the commander.
For what?
He was too ambitious. He was saying things, too many things, and he was saying them to you.
People talk like that all the time in the U.S., but you don't see our president putting people in jail left and right just because they have suspicions of or disagree with a policy.
Well, it's a good thing we're not like over there, because in America, presidents actually do get assassinated. Anyway, that's all to say that I think you took your son out of revenge.
Revenge? Oh, Papa, you have to get him back.
Yes, I will. They want me to step down.
Step down. And I know you would never do that, even if I were the one kidnapped.
No, don't say that. Don't make me sound like a bad father.
Are you seriously debating whether my son is worth losing your presidency? My son? Do you know how happy I was to see him born? When Michael and I first found out I was pregnant, I couldn't believe it. We had been trying for years, but nothing had ever stuck. I remember his kicks, his movements, the first time he cried, everything. And giving birth hurt like hell, but literally all the pain went away when I held him against my chest. I promised him on that day that I would make sure to keep him safe. But wanting to make sure he had a connection to his motherland put him at risk. I should have never come back here.
Mirielle, hey.
Leave me.
Sasha.
Just leave me.
My most trusted companion.
I better be. After all the years I've known you, stuck by your side.
We used to be kids playing soccer in our backyard. And look at us now. We're about to perform the first successful coup against Duvalier.
We are doing the right thing, right? I mean, kidnapping a child?
Don't go soft on me now, friend. He's done much worse. It's a necessary sin.
I know. I was thinking about his daughter and how she must be feeling. I remember when I had to give my sister to the initiation. Loss and grief. Those are both powerful emotions.
Use those thoughts of your sister and redirect them toward the president. He's the one that deserves that pain, not you.
Yes, sir.
Not any of us. So, what did he say when you called?
He said no.
Really?
Yes.
I expected that. We moved to Plan B. We'll contact the U.S. Embassy, shift the narrative. They'll step in and make him step down.
Yes, sir.
Get in your position for the broadcast. Leaders of the U.S., President Duvalier, and citizens of Haiti. As we have heard yesterday morning, Duvalier declared himself president for life. Is this the same country that freed themselves from their slave owners just to fall under the same kind of rule? What has Duvalier done for us? We're still the same poor country, and he orders hits on his own people. No, this is unacceptable. So I am declaring war on the Duvalier regime. And I am asking all of you to join me in my efforts. To those representing the U.S., the Duvalier regime is responsible for the kidnappings of U.S. citizens on Haiti's soil. So I hope you will bring your forces to bring an end to Duvalier once and for all.
Is this all because of me? The people chose me. I was elected, me. I became president of this country. All I wanted to do was, I just wanted to heal my country. And now The man I had trusted most is out to kill me. I'm so tired of this. I don't want this anymore. It's a pleasure to meet with you, Mr. Ambassador. I assume you're here to talk about the kidnapping.
Yes. We received reports that a U.S. citizen has been captured and is being held for ransom. What are you going to do about this?
Currently, as of right now, nothing.
Excuse me?
Look, they don't just want money. They want me to step down as well.
Oh,
Is there something you would suggest?
well, if Haiti needs a new president, then the U.S. will have no problem putting someone in place. Haiti is clearly a disorganized country, and we can make it one of our own territories.
That's not an option.
Well, this is the chance for you to show people what you can do.
All right, I think I have an idea. I'm going to need you on board.
Sounds good.
Yes. The garrison will leave those supplies immediately. Make sure the shipment comes as soon as you can. I don't care about the consequences. Just get it done. Yes. Bring him in. Mr. Ambassador, I hope you were able to find your way easily.
You didn't have to do all of that, but all right. So about the president's grandson.
Yes. 3 officers took it out of rebellion. But that just goes to show how toxic of a president he is. That his own men who pledged to him loyalty would steal his own flesh and blood.
Yes, we agree. The presidents of the past have had their way for way too long. Not cooperating. We need someone who's going to be on our side.
Okay. And what would that entail?
We are prepared to give Haiti a substantial amount of money that will go directly into the roads, the schools, the citizens, and the infrastructure. We want the money to go directly into the country.
Excellent ideas. What do you have in mind for me?
Who says that we want you on board?
Well, I assume since you were telling me all this information that you had me in mind.
Well, you are the president's former commander, and you were a president not too long ago. How do we know that we can trust you?
Because unlike the president, I will actually work with him.
Well, I can't promise you that you'll be the next president, but I can see that you have a lot of potential.
Thank you, sir.
So about the president's grandson.
Yes. I can have him located and brought to you immediately.
So you know exactly where he is?
Yes.
All right. I have a meeting set up with the president where you can hand him off.
Okay.
You will be rewarded for your service.
Thank you, sir. Did you hear that? One very close step to becoming the president.
Yes, but don't you think the ambassador might have a trick up their sleeve?
Perhaps, but I'm always one step ahead. Get the board.
Yes, sir.
So I guess you are not coming back?
No. I cannot put myself through that. I'm going to get Christophe and leave this place.
It's going to be hard, but I know it is for the best.
I am going to miss you.
Oh, sweetie, I'm gonna miss you too. You know, I never told you this.
Tell me what?
There was a time when we were in America. You were 15, just a kid. The white people were so bad back then, lynching folks left and right.
Yeah, well, it hasn't exactly gotten better. In 55, a little teenage boy was lynched for supposedly looking or flirting, whatever those white people claimed, for doing something disrespectful to a white woman.
Jesus, bless his family. Do you remember when I thought you went missing?
Yes. I went out with the boy and it got really weird.
You didn't understand at the time how it hurt me so much to think that something that bad could have happened to you. All I wanted was for you to walk through that door so I could hold you in my arms.
Well, when I did come through that door, you gave me a big old whooping.
Well, you shouldn't have been out that late with the boy.
True. I just want my son back.
I know, Sis. You'll have him in your arms soon.
Everything is in order. Everything's under control.
Babe, where are the tickets?
Right here.
We're going to be getting Kristoff back shortly. I assume you're truly leaving for good then?
Yes, Dada. It is for the best.
Well, I'm sorry, Sis. I didn't foresee something like this happening.
Thank you. Okay.
I hope you know we're never coming back here.
I figured you would say
You
that.
said not true?
Yes, but I just remember being here as a kid, when everything was simple. The people freely walked the streets without fear, the children laughing all the time. My father wasn't president. We were just normal people. He was a hero, the doctor who saved lives, healing the sick. I remember when I was 10, he took me to the beach, just us. He said, "Cesses, soon we will be across the water. We will be farther than the horizon. Haiti will be behind us, but never leave us. And one day, you will come back. With that land behind us, but in a new Haiti. One where you can raise a family in a palace instead of a hut." If it weren't for him, we would have never made it to America. I would have never met you.
Yeah, it's a nice story, but look what's happened. Power went to his head.
I don't know about that. I wonder who that could be.
Mirielle, what's wrong? Mirielle.
What happened?
Sis, what's the matter?
No. 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 No.
What's wrong?
They killed him. They killed my son.
No. Kill that man.
Don't hit me.
Please, no more violence. I'm tired of my 54 years being surrounded by nothing but violence.
Killing our grandson.
You should go after her son. What are you going to do about this now?
He was so young. If only he was a little bit older, a little bit smarter, he could have gotten away.
How? This is his second time in the country. And those men know this land left and right. How would he have escaped safely regardless of his age? And plus, have you seen his skin? He's half white. He stands out.
But still, we had a deal.
All that will come in time. And now we need to be there for our daughter.
Yes, but please, just let me make one phone call to the ambassador first.
They're asking for me.
I expected that.
You think they'll believe us?
Most likely. But it's an eye for an eye. My parents, your sister, his grandson.
What should we do now?
Leave me to think on it for a minute.
I've served many presidents during my time in the service. When Duvalier asked me to join the Tonton group, I thought it was the only way to prove to him that I was on his side. Only way to keep my family and myself alive. But I never expected it to come to this. Am I just trading one corrupt president for another? When will the bloodshed end? When will the violence end? I used to think that I was doing this in the name of my country, that all of this injustice would be justified by seeing a better Haiti. But the commander is a direct example of how corruption can taint a human being. I was the first to believe in him, because I too noticed that things were wrong. But how can I continue to be a part of this? I know what I have to do.
Yes, I will deliver the body myself, but only if the mother comes alone. If anyone comes with her, she will share the same fate as her son.
I'm going to get my baby.
I don't think that's a smart idea. We should stay back and regroup, think of a plan.
You heard him. If I bring anyone, he will kill me.
But that doesn't mean he won't still kill you if you don't. I can't lose you, Sasha.
Hey, aren't you gonna say anything? Hello? See, you married a fucking coward.
I'm gonna go. I don't care at this point if I die. I've come for my son. Give me his body.
I'm sorry it had to come to this.
You're sorry? Are you actually saying that? You're sorry you had to kill a 3-year-old child to rise in ranks?
It's not like that.
Are you insane? What could have possibly made you do that?
Listen.
How could you? How could you? How could you?
The pain that you feel as a mother. Imagine that pain. Of watching your own parents die at the hands of your own bully.
What?
You don't know the evils of what he's done. What he's made me do. You don't know.
What are you talking about?
The first time your father was elected, he exiled everyone who supported Dejeu's campaign. My parents supported Dejeu, but they didn't make that known publicly. On July 7th, 1958, 3 army officers attempted to kill the president, but they failed. Your father grew paranoid, and that's when the Tonton coup was formed. He only wanted soldiers in his inner circle that he could trust and manipulate. And he made all of us prove our loyalty.
Prove it how?
He took a list of every single one that voted for Dejeu, and one by one had them either exiled or killed. I was a lieutenant, afraid for my life. And he said, in order for me to survive, I had to kill my parents.
You're lying. My father would never.
He wouldn't? What has Duvalier done to prove that he wouldn't?
My father loves his people. He cured them of diseases that killed thousands. There's no way he would turn back and kill them. He's not a murderer.
Guess you'll never understand. The fuck did I expect from Duvalier blood?
Please, just give me my child.
Jean, bring him.
He's alive? He's alive?
I was never going to kill him. I'm not your father.
We are here to retrieve Duvalier.
How did you find us?
It wasn't hard finding you when someone gave us your location.
Someone?
I'm sorry.
So that's how it is. What happens to me now? Sebastian!
Ambitious to the end. Did you really think that you could fool us? I knew you had Christophe all along. Alive.
Ambassador, think critically. We all know he is a corrupt president.
Be that as it may, he was a more suitable partner than you.
What?
We had spies of our own come in to see if your word was true. Once we heard that you killed the president's grandson, we had to take measures into our own hands.
How could you work with someone like him?
You are under arrest for...
No. I would rather die than to go back to that prison.
So be it.
Is this my fate? I was his first in command, his commander. He appointed me. I killed my parents for him. All I wanted was to see Haiti grow, to see her become worthy of the land that freed themselves from their slave masters, where people don't look at me in fear and disgust, but look to me for peace and guidance for a new day. I know this country has so much potential, but now it's come to this. Did I ever have a chance? Does Haiti have a chance? Was this all for nothing?
Pas qui n'a jamais